Hello everyone, Louis Hanzo here. And as voted by you, we are doing what Dr. Bright is not allowed to do in Dragon Ball. Now, I'm not doing this alone. I am joined by Superman as my co-researcher. Say hello.
Hello there, everyone. I hope all of you are a wonderful day.
Indeed. So that being said, folks, Dr. Bright has a very long list of things he's not allowed to do at the Foundation. But with the introduction of Dragon Ball to the mix, things have gotten out of hand. I'll be reading you the first 15 alongside my co researcher, and we will see the things that this doctor is forbidden to do. Number 1. Dr. Bright is not allowed to take any creature from the dragon world as a pet. And yes, Bright, this does include Poir, Corin, and even King Furry. They are sentient beings, Dr. Bright. Stop it.
Number 2. Majin Buu is not a child of the Scarlet King. And no, he is not the evolved form of SCP-999. As such, Dr. Bright is not allowed to offer Majin Buu as a replacement for the aforementioned SCP. Leave both of them alone, Bright.
Number 3. No matter how many times he is pwned, Dr. Bright is not Krillin. Furthermore, keeping a pwn count while amusing to us is a waste of Foundation time and resources. We understand you enjoy Team 4 Star Bright, but keep it professional.
Number 4. While the O5 Council appreciates your newfound love of gardening, Bright, you are not allowed to use Fundamation resources to grow any army of Cybermen. Especially if you're just doing recreate the Yamcha pose.
Number 5. After the event on Redacted Date at Redacted PM, Dr. Bright is no longer allowed to use SCP 184, especially for the purpose of making space themed nations. Again, Bright, keep your fanboy antics to your personal time. O5 is already discussing exiling you to Space Australia.
Number 6. After events of the last movie night, SCP 343 has requested Dr. Bright to not be allowed near his holiday cell. SCP 343 is not King Kai. He cannot train you to use Kaioken or the Spirit Bomb. Stop asking him, Dr. Bright.
Number 7. Despite the potential in it and the usefulness they would have for the Foundation personnel, Dr. Bright is not allowed to grow senzu beans. Your reasoning that you could become the one true bean daddy is ridiculous and obnoxious at best and outright stupid at worst. However, luckily for you, Bright, O5 is willing to look into senzu beans to replace SCP 500.
Number 8. After the destruction of Site Redacted, Dr. Bright is no longer allowed to refer any Saiyans or Saiyaman themed aliens as the following: Curious George, Magicula Gorilla, Grape Ape, Donkey Kong, or Mojo Jojo. And as an addendum, if Dr. Bright is seen approaching Prince Vegeta, he is to be restrained and kept in a Type 4 cell unit until Prince Vegeta leaves the area.
Number 9. While many Foundation staff enjoy competitions of physical skill and even martial arts tournament, Dr. Bright is not allowed to host his own Budokai Tenkaichi using SCPs to fill in the roster of fighters, especially not if SCP-076 demands a challenge, or if you disguise it as an SCP termination attempt. Just know, Bright.
Number 10. Despite numerous bodies he has possessed, the president of taking over bodies of beings from outside of Earth, Dr. Bright is not Captain Ginyu. SCP 963 is not proof against this. is to stop telling new staff that they must strike a pose to join.
Number 11. Dr. Bright is no longer allowed further contact with any scientific minds in the Dragon World. This comes from the administrator directly after Dr. Bright. Oh, dear God, Bright, why? Attempted to utilize hoi poi capsules to capture SCP Mon. Why, Bright? Just why?
Number 12. While we can appreciate the capsules utilized by Capsule Corp, Dr. Bright is not allowed to use them to hide absurd things he buys off the internet. We all know about your collection of waifu pillows, a very well known Dragon World woman. Prince Vegeta would like a word with you.
Number 13. After numerous complaints from both Human Resources and various mobile task force teams, Dr. Bright is not allowed to recruit his own Bright Force under any circumstances. You never learn, do you, Bright?
Number 14. SCP-073 is not a creation of Dr. Gero, nor an inspiration for any of Dr. Gero created android, and Dr. Bright is no longer allowed to spread any misinformation, even if it is to troll new researcher staff, or as a joke. It is a waste of Funimation time and resources. SCP-073 is rather displeased as well.
And lastly, number 15. Nothing in the Foundation has or will ever be rated as over 9,000! Dr. Bright is also not allowed to rate SCPs with power levels either. We all know that power levels are ridiculous and are expletive deleted. So, with that said, folks, this has been the first 15 items in what should hopefully become a very, very long list so we can keep our infamous doctor well in check. And I would like to thank Superman for joining me on this research mission. Thank you, Superman.
That is well said and done, and I do hope that you all enjoy the series, and there's hopefully more to come.
Indeed. So that said, folks, please leave a like, comment down below, and definitely subscribe, not just to myself, but to Superman. And with that being said, there's a bell notification icon. Please go ahead and slap that thing so you're alerted as soon as new content is prepped and ready. And for those of you who wish to support the channel further, there are links to both the merchandise store, the Patreon, and if you just want to come down and chat with me, the link to the Discord server and my Twitter is there as well. So that said, folks, we'll see you all in the next video. We have to go find out why there's been another containment breach. I'm betting Bright.
I'm betting Clef.